Hello, this is Randy Hurst. I'm auditioning for the role of Henry, and perhaps Joe, in When the Rain Stops Falling. I'll be reading from Act 1, Scene 1, The Same Room, London, 1959. My hair is long because I've been between shows, and I just let it grow since my last show at your theater last summer, The Columnist. So my friend Sherry has kindly agreed to read the other lines for me, and I'm sorry I have to wear my glasses in order to see the words, but I don't have to have them on stage. All right. What unbelievable weather!
Torrential.
In London,
Are you very wet?
drenched. Still, there are people drowning in East Pakistan, so we shouldn't complain.
There's soup in the pot.
Ooh, wonderful.
It's fish, I'm afraid. There's a new fishmonger in the high street. Lovely man, Greek, do anything for you. I was walking past thinking, what would we eat when I saw this huge fish in the window? God knows where it came from, and I thought, well, what about fish? Well, not fish, but fish soup. I only had to boil some heads and add some herbs and vegetables, neither of which I had. So it's just the heads, I'm afraid. But there you are. Actually, there's something I should tell you.
You know, I was reading this piece on the way home. The Year Without a Summer, 1816. Heavy frosts and snowstorms sweep across North America and Europe in the middle of June.
Heavens!
Followed by weeks of unseasonable rain. Crops fail, prices soar, famine in China due to the failure of the rice crop, food riots in England and France, absolute disaster.
It might need something.
Salt, perhaps.
Food bores me, Henry. If it wasn't necessary, I wouldn't eat.
But the greatest acts of civil disobedience occur in Switzerland.
Switzerland?
Well, exactly. The whole thing was caused by the eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia the year before. In Italy, there were reports of red snow. People ran through the streets screaming, "The heavens are bleeding!" They thought it was the end of the world.
Well, I imagine it was for some.
200,000 dead in Europe alone. Uncounted more in Asia and Russia, and in America hundreds of thousands flee west, trying to escape the weather. It shifted whole populations, Beth. It changed the course of history. The weather. And it made me think just how helpless we are when the weather turns against us. All our science, all our knowledge, all our magnificent endeavor amounts to very little in the face of bad weather.
Do you think so? I mean, the fact that 1817 followed 1816 suggests a degree of resilience worth considering, Henry. We survived, or most of us did. And anyway, Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein in Switzerland in 1816. So there you are. It will take more than a spot of bad weather to silence the human mind. Actually, I know why the greatest acts of civil disobedience occurred in Switzerland.
Why?
Because the more ordered a society, the less able it is to cope with chaos. Whilst a naturally chaotic one such as Italy can face a fair degree of disaster before the people actually start to panic.
Your mind, Beth.
It makes sense, Henry.
I fell in love with you because of your mind.
What were you looking at before, at the window when you came in?
Oh, a woman.
Red umbrella, herringbone jacket.
How did you know?
I saw her from the window.
What was she doing?
Talking to you.
Well, yes, she followed me all the way from the station.
What did she want?
She said she had my hat.
Do you have a hat?
Well, exactly. She said she saw me leave it on the seat on the train, and she was getting off anyway. She thought she would take the hat and return it to me. But I walk fast. You know how fast I walk, and she couldn't keep up.
The heels wouldn't have helped.
No. And then she said that she was calling, excuse me, your hat."
Well, didn't you hear her?
Well, yes, I heard her, but I didn't pay any attention.
Why not?